Good morning. Today is Wednesday, January 26th. We're bringing you the latest news making headlines to help start your day.
We have breaking news this morning. One man is dead after gunfire outside an Atlanta lounge. This is the third morning in a row that officers were called to gunfire outside a restaurant or lounge.
Our Tori Cooper is at Atlanta Police Headquarters this morning now as she breaks down the latest information on this shooting in today's Morning News Rewind.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Certainly a deadly week outside of our Atlanta nightclubs. Police say that shortly after 1 a.m. is when they received a call of shots fired outside of the Blue Flame Adult Entertainment Lounge in West Atlanta. Now, they say when they got out there, they learned that an altercation, again, from inside the lounge spilled out into the parking lot. Gunshots erupted, and a 25-year-old man this time was shot and killed. Now, I want to roll some video to take you back to that scene over there in West Atlanta along Harwell Road, where you can see a number of investigators were out there. We watched them keep several people aside for questioning. They were looking into several different vehicles that were in the parking lot. They say that the lounge is cooperating with the investigation at this time, and they're also trying to collect any surveillance video. They say that they're also considering all options at this time. They're keeping in mind that there may be additional victims, but there is also no suspect in custody. Now, so far, we have covered 3 shootings just like this, and it's been very tricky getting in touch with the owners of these locations. It's important to note that at this time, there's still a law in place for a property nuisance law in the city of Atlanta. So if you have these violent crimes taking place, the city has the right to come out to your establishment, cite you, warn you. If the problems don't disappear, that's when they can take you to municipal court. They can fine you, and then from there, they can strip you of your liquor license. Throughout the day, we're going to be looking into the background of the club, try to reach out to them, as well as keep in touch with investigators to see if they track down any suspects, and we'll share it with you right here. Reporting in downtown Atlanta, I'm Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.
Tori, thank you. Happening today, we do expect new developments in the death of a 6-month-old baby boy killed in the crossfire of a shootout Monday in Atlanta.
Just hours from now, the man accused in the baby's death is expected to make his first court appearance. CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm is live at the Fulton County Jail this morning. Rebecca, police made an arrest quickly in this case.
They did, Robin Gervier. The arrest came soon after they released surveillance video showing 2 vehicles racing past the area where the mother and son were. Police now have a 22-year-old man in custody. Take a look. This is DeQuazy Little. He is charged with felony murder. Police say he was involved in a shootout between the car he was in and someone in another car. Caught in the middle was 6-month-old Grayson Fleming Gray. He was strapped in his car seat Monday outside a Food Mart on Anderson Avenue when a bullet pierced the car and killed him. The baby's mother met us at the scene yesterday before the arrest. With her was her father, who happens to be a retired homicide detective. Here's what each of them told us about baby Grayson as they try to process their loss.
He was very animated. The personality came out of him from day one. And when I opened up the back door, he was slumped forward, and at first I thought he was asleep. And the bullet had gone through the trunk.
Just started to crawl. You know, you knew he was recognizing you when you came in. He's a 6-month-old baby. And he wasn't doing anything to anybody.
Just an unimaginable loss. We will be here for the first court appearance for the man accused in the baby's murder. And by the way, according to the police chief, more arrests could be coming soon. Live in Atlanta, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Thank you, Rebecca. Cobb County is cracking down on rental properties. Commissioners say it's time for regulation as more people invest in rental homes to make extra income. They're hoping to appease community concerns about the rentals turning into party houses and creating a nuisance for neighbors. The county wants to implement new rules on things like occupancy, length of stay, and parking, as well as a penalty system.
First violation within a 12-month period would still be $500, $750 for the second violation within a 12-month period. And then the third violation with the 12 months would result in revocation of the certificate.
Cobb County already held a public hearing on the proposed changes. There's another one happening tonight at 7. It's 6:36 right now, and we're keeping an eye on today with the other stories you need to know.
Cobb County is mourning the loss of former Chairman Mike Boyce. He passed away after suffering 2 strokes last week. The retired military colonel served 4 years as chairman of the Cobb County Board of Commissioners. He was 72.
Record cargo volumes at the Port of Savannah. The Georgia Ports Authority says the number of shipping containers that moved through Savannah's port jumped a whopping 20% last year. Nationwide, ports have struggled to keep up with the increased demand for consumer goods across the United States. The Port of Savannah helped deal with the crush of cargo by opening up temporary storage sites further inland. Fulton County Schools is hosting a hiring event for essential workers. The school system needs food service workers and custodians at North County locations. There are open interviews today from 9 to noon at Crabapple Middle School in Roswell. You can register online.
A developer wants to bring 1,700 apartments, 100 townhomes, a hotel, and a lot of retail and office space to the empty North DeKalb Mall. According to the Atlanta Business Chronicle, that project would be completed by 2028. And Sir Elton John is postponing 2 Dallas shows this week after testing positive for COVID. His publicist says Elton John is having mild symptoms despite being fully vaccinated and boosted. Those shows are going to be rescheduled. He expects to pick back up in Arkansas over the weekend if he's feeling better. Elton John's going to be here in Atlanta at State Farm Arena in September.
2 breaking traffic alerts this morning. Delays continue as you leave Cumming headed southbound toward Alpharetta on 400. Also still seeing major delays on 285 northbound at Camp Creek Parkway leaving the Atlanta airport area. We'll keep you up to date on both of these incidents and have more traffic in less than 10 minutes.
As the U.S. continues its battle with the pandemic, a new COVID testing site is opening in Metro Atlanta.
It's happening in just a few hours in Cobb County. Our Trayson Bragg joins us live with the details. Hey, Trayson.
Hey, good morning, Gavir and Rob. Hey, we said it earlier, right? People are still having a hard time finding tests right in the middle of the pandemic when we keep seeing more and more new cases fueled by the Omicron variant. We'll take a look behind me. Ask and you shall receive right here in Cobb County in downtown Smyrna along Church Street, right across the street from First Baptist Church. This is exactly what you're seeing. It is the beginning of what is going to be a new COVID test site right here in Cobb County starting in just a few hours. In fact, at 9 o'clock this morning, this site will open up, and officials say that it's actually going to be open Mondays through Fridays at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily, and you won't have to worry about making an appointment. You can just show up and get tested. Results will most likely show up pretty quickly, possibly within a 24-hour span. And this is supposed to be PCR tests that you'll be receiving here at this location. But this isn't the only testing option that Cobb County is providing. They've also recently bought 20,000 at-home test kits that are on their way to Cobb County right now. And once they arrive, officials say they plan to hand them out in a free giveaway. We're going to continue to find out when that information is.
We want to make sure every citizen that needs this gets an opportunity to get it.
And again, we're going to continue to track when Cobb County receives those at-home test kits. No word on exactly when they're going to arrive, but we're told they're on their way and they should be arriving soon in the coming days. And again, as soon as they receive them, they plan to hand them out to folks here in Cobb County. So stick with CBS 46 News. You can listen on, or you can obviously watch us on TV, but you can also track that information on our website and our streaming app so we can let you know when you can get a test. Reporting live here in Cobb County, I'm Trayson Bragg, CBS 46 News.
Yeah, good information, Trayson. Thank you.
Former Red Sox star Big Papi, also known as David Ortiz, is the lone player elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame this year. He's been chosen during his first year of eligibility. Ortiz was the World Series MVP in 2013. During those games, he had a jaw-dropping batting average of .688. He also helped the Red Sox win the World Series in 2004 and 2007.
When you are playing, when you are in the mix, when you're on the mix, you're not thinking about any of this. You're thinking about do whatever it takes to win championship, do whatever it takes for the fans to go happy on you. You do whatever it takes for your community, for your organization, for your people. I mean, you're not thinking about one day being a Hall of Fame.
At just 46, Ortiz is the youngest of the 75 living members of the Hall of Fame, and I think everybody's happy for him, certainly. A lot of people thinking a little more controversially about the 2 former stars, notably who did not make it, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and despite denying it, both men have been dogged by allegations of performance-enhancing drugs. This was their final year of eligibility for the Hall of Fame.
All right, we could say a lot about that.
We sure
Maybe we'll
could.
discuss on Facebook Live. Trending this morning, a flying car cleared for takeoff, but you're going to need a license to operate it.
I think you probably should need a license for that. Brooks Baptiste has more on this, but first he joins us with the details on rapper Cardi B winning a case in an Atlanta courtroom. Brooks?
Yeah, good morning to you guys. An Atlanta jury awarding Cardi B $1.25 million in punitive damages. This is after a 2-week trial against a YouTuber for defamation. Well, according to that new lawsuit, celebrity blogger Tasha K was targeting Cardi B in a, quote, malicious campaign to damage and destroy her reputation among her fans. The YouTuber reportedly told the jury that she knowingly published lies about the rapper to generate money for her own business. Well, imagine being stuck in Atlanta traffic and with the touch of a button, your car grows wings and you can fly to your destination. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that could soon become reality, probably a little sooner than you think. Take a look at this. The Air car getting a green light from Slovakia's transport authority, and it has recently flown between 2 cities, and its developers are hoping that it will be commercially available within the next 12 months. But you're going to need a pilot's license to operate it, and as Rob said, that's probably necessary. There's an iconic cookie company that is coming to the frozen section of your local grocery store. I'm talking about Oreos. Yeah, it is transforming the classic chocolate sandwich cookie into frozen delights. Now, some of the new products include ice cream bars, cones, and sandwiches. The full Frosty product line will be in stores nationwide by March. Guys, at least they waited until March. They didn't want to ruin our New Year's resolution. So by March, I think we'll all be back to our normal selves anyway.
I was going to say,
we already have like cookies and cream, ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but nobody does it quite like Oreo.
Like Oreo, that's
come
true.
on now.
Just as long, I don't think it's legal, but just leave the nutrition facts off the back of that box and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
all
not
good.
happening.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob.
Protection against COVID-19, the CDC recommends layered masks like the N95, but there are a lot of options flooding the market. One man's entire career is dedicated to finding out which mask works best. Mechanical engineer Aaron Collins is an aerosol scientist. He's put dozens of masks to the test in his own home laboratory, trying them out one by one. He looks at 3 factors: filtration, fit, and comfort. His top choice, probably a mask you've never heard of.
The KF94 is the South Korean standard. It's their general population mask standard. They designed it for like what would you have to do if you had a pandemic and you needed to mask everyone.
Keep in mind, the CDC has warned that 60% of KN95 masks selling in the U.S. market are counterfeit. If you want to buy them, authentic KN95 masks are labeled as KN95 along with the name of the manufacturer and the standard it was tested against.
You got to be careful. You got to really look carefully, right?
It's counterfeit everything.
Yeah. All right. Listen, if you've got a child getting ready for college, you are going to want to listen to this. The test that's used to score students for college admissions is going digital.
Our Brooks Baptiste has a look at the big changes coming to the SAT. Brooks?
Yeah, guys, we're calling them big changes because just get this. Those days of sitting in a cold classroom for nearly 4 hours with a number 2 pencil, yeah, I think those days are gone. The SAT is shifting to online only starting in 2024. So let's talk about what is going to be somewhat different. The exam will now be shortened to 2 hours with more time per question, and test takers are going to be able to use calculators for the entire math portion. Now, the College Board officials say that this digital test will be much easier to take, and no students aren't going to be able to take the test from home in their pajamas. Instead, they're going to have to still be in a school or in a test center with a proctor present, but let's face it, this really could be helpful because the main goal behind going digital is going to really allow students to make those important college and post-high school decisions a bit quicker.
Students are going to get their scores back faster, and we're going to be able to be a lot more flexible with schools in how and when they give the SAT to students.
Now, it's important to note nearly 80% of colleges no longer require SAT scores. Even schools like Harvard and Yale have made those test scores optional on their applications, but that just goes to show you that things are changing. And a lot of people saying that they just wish that might have been the case when they were taking the SAT.
Yeah,
guys.
No kidding. I think all of us would agree with that.
There's no test score for work ethic. I think that's what's most important.
Exactly.
And if you can
You gotta
work
look
hard
at
in
the
high
whole
school,
person.
yeah,
Not just a
a
test.
whole
package,
test scores just
yes.
being out the window. Brooks, thanks for that.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.